Welcome to oil drilling Cuban style. This is what many of Cuba's oil wells look like. They're onshore land-based rigs, and they're hauling up the black stuff for this country's energy-depleted and cash-strapped economy. But the U.S. Geological Survey says there's much more out there, which has caught the attention of Spanish oil giant Repsol. The company is part of a consortium exploring oil drilling in Cuban waters, but their plans have caused quite a stir among Florida politicians wary of BP's deepwater disaster. Florida prohibits most deepwater drilling off its coasts, but a 1977 treaty between the United States and Cuba divides the water between the two countries right down the middle. That would allow oil companies to drill as close as 45 miles from the Florida Keys.
This is clearly in Cuban territory. And it's Cuban territory that the United States has respected. Every president has respected that agreement since the Carter administration.
It's unclear how close to Florida the Repsol rig might be, but images like these have some calling on U.S. President Barack Obama to be more proactive in disaster preparedness with neighboring countries, especially Cuba.
Why be bashful about dealing with the real problem we have? The fact is, if there's an accident in the areas where Cuba plans to drill, within 3 days the Gulf Stream carries that oil to our shores. We have a very clear interest in preparing now for an emergency, just as we do with other countries. And so why is the Obama administration being so timid about it?
The near half-century freeze in diplomatic relations hasn't helped, but many in Cuba welcome the Spanish investment. I think it's something good that they're looking to drill, this woman said, because it's expensive, and if they do it, it will help improve the country. In this way, there are people working who may be able to get the oil which could be cheaper for us, this man said. The region is rich with natural resources, housing billions of barrels of oil by recent estimates. But it's also home to pristine marine life, already threatened by oil in the Gulf. For now, Repsol is waiting for its Chinese-made rig to be built before moving ahead with oil exploration off the Cuban coast. David Ariosto, CNN, Havana.